Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about a quick and easy method to prioritize your to-do list. Really the main thing is to have the right priorities when you're focused on how you want to go about taking care of your to-do list. You got to remember that not everything is equally important. So today we're going to talk about a quick and easy method to prioritize your to-do list so you can stop reacting to everything and start working with more clarity. This method is simple. Separate your task by urgency and importance. This is called the Eisenhower matrix. The main idea is this: ask yourself 2 questions about every task. Is this important? And is this urgent? Once you answer those 2 questions, your to-do list becomes much easier to manage. Okay, let's go right into the video. Step 1, write down everything on your mind. Before you prioritize, get the task out of your head. Just write everything down: your work task, your business task, your family task, health task, bills, calls, follow-ups, errands, research, content ideas, appointments, messages, anything anything at all. Just write everything down. The goal is to get a clear picture of what is actually competing for your attention. A written list gives you something you can evaluate. For example, your list might include paying bills, reply to an email, finish a work project, go to the gym, call a family member, research an investment, create content, clean the house, schedule an appointment, reviewing your budget, or just planning your week. The goal is to basically get everything, written down so you can organize it correctly. Step 2, separate important from unimportant. The first question: is this important? Important tasks are tasks that create real value or prevent real consequences. They are connected to your goals, responsibilities, health, money, family, business, and future. Important tasks usually move your life forward. Examples of important tasks include reviewing your finances, following up with a serious business contact, working on a high-value project, exercising, planning your week, studying an investment before making a decision, preparing a meeting, spending focused time with family, taking care of your health, building a system that saves time later. Now compare that to tasks that feel busy but may not be important, such as checking notifications, responding to low-value messages, scrolling for ideas, the key is to become aware of what's important, because if you do not define importance, urgency will define your day for you. Step 3, separate urgent from not urgent. The second question is this urgent? Urgent tasks have a deadline, time pressure, or immediate consequence. something needs attention now or soon. Examples of urgent tasks include a bill due today, a work deadline, a scheduled meeting, a family emergency, an appointment you need to confirm, a time-sensitive business opportunity. Urgent tasks demand attention. Now let's take a quick look at step 4. Put every task into one of 4 categories. Once you ask those 2 questions, your tasks fall into 4 simple groups. The first one, important and urgent. These are tasks you need to handle now. They matter and there is real-time pressure. Examples are a deadline today, a medical issue, a bill that must be paid, a meeting you need to prepare for right now, a problem that gets worse if ignored. These tasks should go to the top of your list. But here's the lesson. If too many tasks are always important and urgent, that usually means your system needs improvement. You got to remember, if everything is always urgent, you may need better planning, earlier preparation, or stronger boundaries. Second, important but not urgent. This is where your future's built. Some examples are planning your week, exercising, building your business, creating content, studying investing, improving your credit, reviewing your budget, learning a skill, building relationships, and organizing your systems. These tasks are easy to postpone because there is no immediate deadline. But if you ignore them long enough, they eventually become an urgent problem. For example, if you do not review your money, you may have financial stress later. If you do not take care of your health, obviously, it'll have a negative impact. Obviously, you don't want to. You don't want to just put things off. The only way you can coast is downhill. If you do not plan your week, your time gets taken by whatever shows up first. You got to remember, this category deserves protected time on your calendar, because your calendar should prove your priorities. If something is important but not urgent, do not just leave it on a list. Schedule it. Third, urgent but not important. These tasks feel pressing. For example, you got random messages, meetings without clear purpose, tasks someone else could handle. You have to remember that, for these tasks, ask, can I delegate this? Can I delay this? Can I shorten this? Can I batch this? Can I set a boundary? You may need to handle some of them, but they should not control your day. Fourth, not important, and not urgent. These tasks are usually distractions. Examples: scrolling, just doing low value tasks at random. You got to remember, if a task is not important and not urgent, remove it, reduce it, or save it for downtime. Do not give your best hours to low value activities. Step 5. Choose your top 3 priorities for the day. After you sort your list, choose your top 3. Ask yourself, if I only finish 3 things today, what would make this day successful? Your top 3 should usually come from important and urgent, important but not urgent, you handle what must be handled, but you also protect the work that builds your future. For example, your top 3 might be: finish the client project, review your budget, exercise for 30 minutes. Or it could be: prepare for tomorrow's meeting, record 1 YouTube video, or pay the credit card bill. Another example of top 3 priorities are complete work shift, research 1 stock, plan tomorrow's calendar. This gives you a clear target for your entire day. You can still do more after that, but now you know what matters most. Step 6. Put priorities on your calendar. A to-do list shows what you want to do. A calendar shows what you're actually committed to doing. This is why I like this principle. Your calendar should prove your priorities. If something is truly important, give it a time block. Instead of writing work on business, write 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. create content. Instead of writing research stocks, write from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. review earnings, valuation, risk, and catalyst. Instead of just writing exercise, write from 6:30 to 7 a.m. walk or gym. Time blocking turns intention into structure, and structure helps you follow through when motivation is low. Not everybody's motivated the same. Some people get up excited, ready to go every day. Other people may need a routine just to stay on track. It's really the more organized you are, the better results you're going to have. Now let's take a quick look at scenario analysis. How this method works in real life. Scenario 1. Let's say you have a busy work day. You have work, messages, errands, and family responsibilities. Some people may think that taking on the easiest task first is the way to go, but the better move is to identify the true priority. Important and urgent. Show up for work, meet the deadline, handle any real issue. Important but not urgent. Schedule 20 minutes for health, money, or planning. Urgent but not important. Batch messages instead of checking them all day. Not important and not urgent. Remove distractions during your best work blocks. Your best move: protect one meaningful priority even on a busy day. Scenario 2. You're building a business. Business owners often confuse activity with progress. Posting, replying, researching, planning, redesigning, and checking analytics can all feel productive. But the question is, what actually moves the business forward? Important tasks may include creating useful content, improving an offer, following up with leads, building systems, and understanding the numbers. Another key thing to remember: if you want to measure your progress, always measure in percentages. Instead of counting how much money is being made, you really want to see, what percentage I've increased. Same way with anything else. It's not how many clients have I, how many more clients I have, but what percentage have I grown. Always, measure in percentages. Like we said, not everything deserves immediate attention. Your best move is to spend your best energy on high value business work before reactive tasks take over. Scenario 3. You're working on wealth building. Investing in personal finance requires discipline. Your priority list should be built around process. Important tasks include reviewing your budget, managing debt, studying businesses, understanding valuation, tracking risk, and making decisions with a plan. Urgent tasks may include build due dates, market events, or portfolio risk that needs attention. But not every market headline deserves action. Your best move: prioritize process over reaction. That is how you build better judgment over time. Let's take a quick look at a simple daily prioritization checklist. You can use this every morning. First, write down everything on your mind. Second, ask, is this important? Third, ask, is this urgent? Fourth, sort tasks into the 4 categories. Fifth, choose your top 3 priorities. Sixth, schedule the important work. Seventh, batch or reduce low value tasks. Eighth, review at the end of the day. This does not necessarily need to take an hour. You can do this in 5 to 10 minutes. The goal is direction. You got to remember, a prioritized to-do list gives your day structure. Always remember, do the important and urgent task first. Schedule the important but not urgent task. Limit the urgent but low value task. Remove or reduce what is neither important nor urgent. That one habit can change the way you manage your time, your work, your business, and your future. Because productivity is about making better decisions with your time, and your calendar should prove your priorities. Appreciate everyone watching the video this week. If this has helped you, just hit the like and subscribe, and come back and check out our latest videos on money, investing, time management, and long-term wealth building. We'll have another video uploaded next week, so be sure to come back and check it out.